Hi, I'm going to show you today how to install MasterCook 22. If you previously purchased MasterCook 22 at mastercook.com and you have a subscription to mastercook.com, you have a download link in your account for your purchases, and you can use your download link there. So go to your account webpage, click on the My Account link, and then go to the Downloadable Products webpage, and then you'll see the products that you previously purchased. Look for when you purchased MasterCook 22 and then use its download link. Your web browser controls where files download to your computer, and normally they save them into the downloads folder on your computer. So look for the MasterCook 22 setup and then double click on it to launch it. And Windows will ask if you want to allow the app to make changes to your computer. Select yes. And then that causes the MasterCook 22 setup program to launch. And you can click next, and you can read through and accept the terms of the license agreement and click on next. And this screen shows you where it's going to install the program's own files. You can leave it at this location, or if you're a power user, you can browse to another location. Select next, and then it will ask you where you want to install the user files. And these are like the cookbooks and shopping lists and menus and other files that you use within the program. Again, you can leave the default installation location alone, or you can browse to select another location. So click Next, and it lets you know it's ready to begin the installation. So click Install, and now it's going to check the computer to see if you have the VLC media player. And if you do, it'll let you press Next in this screen so that you can go on to the next MasterCook 22 installation screen. Otherwise, if it does not find the VLC media player on your computer, it will give you a chance to install it. So right now it's looking to see if it's installed on my computer. And it found that it does not have it, so it asked me if it wants me to install the VLC media player, and yes is selected. Select Next, and it launches the VLC installation program. So now you need to go through the VLC media player installation, select your language and press OK, and then press Next, and then read through the agreement and then press Next. It shows you where it's going to install. It asks you what you want to install, and it shows you what it's going to install. Click Next, and it shows the location, and click Install, and now it's installing the VLC media player onto the computer. And it shows you that it's finished installing. Click Finish. And it shows the VLC media player, and you can click on the X to close it. And now you're back to the MasterCook 22 installation screen, and it asks you if you want to install, if you want the installer to copy your content from a previous version and into MasterCook 22, it's going to do this now. If you have multiple versions of MasterCook installed on your computer, it will copy over the files from the most recent version installed on the computer. So if you leave the yes box checked and you press next, then it tells you that it's going to upgrade your data, and it's going to copy your files from your it shows you which version it's going to copy from, MasterCook 20, and it lets you know that this can take a few minutes. During beta testing, there were some users who had a lot of data and many large files, and so it actually took about 10 minutes for it to copy all of their content. So it's just telling you that it's going to take a few minutes, so be prepared for that. So click yes, and then it shows it's busy copying your content. Again, it can take several minutes. What you need to keep in mind is it's important that you look for this dialog box when it's done copying your files. So it'll show data upgrade complete. You need to look for this window, and then you press OK. And once you press OK, then you can finish MasterCook 22, the installation. You'll see this Launch MasterCook 22 prompt and then the Finish. So click on the Finish button, and it will launch MasterCook 22. And then you can go to the cookbook screen, and you can see that all your content was copied over. And now there's a couple of things I just want to point out. If you have a subscription to mastercook.com, you can sync MasterCook 22 with your online account. You go to the File menu and you select Sync Manager. And this brings up the Sync Manager program where you can log into your mastercook.com account, and then you can go to the sync screen to sync your data. If you click on the X, this dismisses the sync manager to the Windows system tray down here. So if you want to close the program and exit it, so it's not running at all anymore, you right click on its icon and select Exit MasterCook Sync Manager. And that shuts it down on the computer completely. The other thing I want to point out about MasterCook 22 is it comes with over 300,000 ingredients in its database, and that's quite a bit larger than the previous versions. MasterCook 20 has like 16,000, I think. And so because of that, it takes a little bit longer for MasterCook to load its ingredient database file. And when you go to certain screens in MasterCook, it loads the ingredient database file. So if you go to shopping or if you go to meals, it's going to load the ingredient list file before it'll load these screens. And so it's going to be a little bit of a delay. Or if you open a cookbook and then you open up a recipe to the recipe edit screen, that screen also loads the ingredient database. Or if you select ingredient lists from the tools menu, that also loads it. So when you initially run the program, the first time you go to one of these screens, it's going to take it about 10 seconds while it loads the ingredient list database. And then once it's loaded, then it's fine. It only loads this initial time. And then when you go to other screens like shopping, or you open up a recipe to the recipe edit screen, all these screens will load quickly after the initial time it loads the data. So if you select ingredient list from the tools menu, it loads up the ingredient list fairly quickly, and then you can scroll through and see all of the ingredients that are in MasterCook 22. And all of these ingredients that are all uppercase, these are all the new branded food items from the USDA database. And then the ingredients that are not in uppercase are the ones that are from previous versions of MasterCook 20 and older. So that's it. I hope you enjoy MasterCook 22. Thank you.